President Ranil Wickremesinghe says that Sri Lanka has a final opportunity to progress, and it is imperative for everyone to collaborate in operating this prosperous community for future generations without resorting to finger-pointing. Delivering the keynote address of the Forum Economic Dialogue, IMF and the Way Beyond, the head of state expressed that the government should surpass the IMF program and concentrate on establishing a thriving community for upcoming generations. Further, President Wickremesinghe also said that the ethnic issue cannot be separated from the economic issue, adding that they must be resolved if Sri Lanka is to prosper. The Forum Economic Dialogue, IMF and Beyond, organized by the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Sri Lanka, was held in Colombo this morning under the patronage of President Ranil Wickremesinghe.
All of us are responsible for the situation we are in today. We must remember that. We cannot run away from that responsibility. We must all bear that. What we have to do now is ensure that the next generation will live in a prosperous society. What is our task? It's not merely to stabilize the economy, but to ensure growth, to grow in this new global economy and to go ahead. We must remember that one of the biggest issues that held back our growth is the ethnic issue. We cannot divorce that issue from the economic issues. We are a democracy. Open debate is useful. We have to discuss and debate these issues. And discussion must take place in the halls of discussion from parliament downwards, not in the streets. That type of agitation is no longer suitable for a country and goes on development. But the decision is ours to take, not for the government to enforce. The IMF package, it will bring about a significant revenue-based fiscal adjustment based on progressive tax reforms to raise Sri Lanka's revenue to GDP ratio. It's a progressive one so that we gradually reduce the tax burden on the poor who has to bear the brunt of the VAT system. Better public expenditure and debt management through essential institutional reforms, and enhance social safety net to cushion the poor, restoring price stability and a market-determined flexible exchange rate, and rebuilding our international reserves. Then ensuring financial stability through a healthy banking system. What we are seeking is to stabilize the economy by 2026. Come back virtually the same ratios we had in 2019. Approval of this program will allow Sri Lanka to commence negotiations with private and official creditors on restructuring its debt in line with the parameters set by the IMF Debt Sustainable Assessment, and also the commitments that I have made with my letter of March 14th. We hope to conclude the discussions and arrive at a comprehensive restructuring agreement with the creditors by the time the first review under the EFF in 6 months takes place. The 4-year program, that is not enough. If you want to give a future to your children, if you want to give a future to the youth, then we have to go forward. Because Sri Lanka is today at the crossroads between seizing the opportunity for growth to fix our long-standing institutions and structural problems to become a prosperous society, or denying our problems, rejecting change, and stagnating as a lower middle-income country. Implementing this program is how we seize the opportunity for a more prosperous future. What is most important in the IMF additions to stabilization is the growth-enhancing structural reforms. If we don't do these structural reforms, you can write it out, and next time it's going to be a far more violent uprising. And we must boldly go ahead with these structural reforms, which will unlock our growth potential, put on a high growth trajectory. That's the only way out. So we have to reduce the role of the government in the economy to increase efficient resource allocation, competition, and productivity. We must not look at government to bail everything out. Then further trade liberalization, including rationalizing remaining para-tariffs. The world global economy is going to be more competitive. We have to adjust to it. The labor market reforms, which will enable more females to join the labor force. As our population age, it is necessary that more females join the labor force. Remove the impediments to private investment, including by modernizing the regulatory and doing business environment. And what I am aiming in the next 2 years to lay the groundwork for a highly competitive social market economy. So we'd like to upgrade our FTA with India to economic and technical cooperation agreement and join the RCEP. High level of competition means an efficient government structure. Our potential for green economy at the moment is good. A digital economy, Start the digitalization. Start with Western province where 50% of your economy is. Spread out to the other areas of high economic activity. Then cover the rest of the country. Let us modernize agriculture and fisheries. That's the start of another low-hanging fruit. Sri Lanka becoming a regional logistics center, the potential for the offshore economy. All these are matters to be discussed. So we must take this chance. We can't wait. Because we've been missing on all opportunities for restructuring. This is the last chance. Are we going to take it or not? So all I request of you is to make up your mind that we are going to grow. And this is the last chance, and let's press the accelerator to the floor. And there's nothing else that we can do.